Please welcome, from eGain, Kurt VanDynHoven and Uday Kapoor.
Hi everyone, my name is Kurt, we got Uday, and we also not introduced as Manju. We're going to be collectively talking about the booths that are next door and giving you some lighthearted expectations about what you can expect. Now Manju, I would call her the goddess of all the booths, because she's worked diligently to try to put them all together, create it, and between the three of us, we're going to give you an overview of what you can expect. It's going to be really short. We know between our talking and your ability to go out and hit the restrooms and visit booths, get something to eat or drink, we'll make it quick and short. Both Uday and myself, Kurt, we're part of the digital transformation team. And we have a booth inside a room, and it's called the Answer Bar. And being that it is a bar, we actually do have a light alcoholic drink for you to have. So what we want is, as you come and ask us questions, any question, we hope it's around digital transformation, we will have an answer for you. Whether the answer is correct or not, it's up to you to decide. But we also know that if you have a drink or two, it's likelihood our answers are going to sound better to you. So we're hedging a little bit there. So from a digital transformation perspective, there's going to be four of us there at that booth. We have a lot of business experience. We've been in a lot of companies where we've helped with that digital transformation. Things like, how do you connect the dots that we've been talking about today? How do you take and look at a journey which has a lot of fraction and friction points into it, and look at it, as Laura had said, from the eyes of that customer? And we can share you what experiences we've had, what works best, and help you talk about putting together a journey that's connected, that is omni-channel, that allows you to have the experience that your customers are looking for. So please come and speak with us. We'll try to give as best answers we can, and we look forward to speaking with you. So in order to kind of explain some of the next booths, they say sometimes that a picture is worth 1,000 words. And in this case, what we'd say is a Dilbert. Oh, it's going to hopefully come up here. Nope. That a Dilbert's actually worth 2,000 words. It's that much more informative. So what we're going to show you is that, I'll read it for you, and we'll talk about it. Our highest priority in satisfying our customers, except when it's hard, or it's unprofitable, or we're busy. We all experience this. We talk to many customers out there, and this is so true, this Dilbert, about why people can't execute on the customer experience. One thing I know that's a uniform truism is that in all the companies we're in, everyone really does have a passion of providing an improved or better customer experience. We never go into companies and say, well, we just don't think customer experience is important. There is a commitment to it, but the execution isn't always there because it's hard, because there's other priorities, because it has limited resources in your companies. So what we have in our booth next door is really good illustrations about that customer experience and how it can be solved in a holistic way from that customer's experience, going from the ability to do self-service, which is what over 70 to 80% of customers want when they come to you, is they wanted to have that first self-service experience, to be able to escalate to a virtual assistant, a chatbot, where it can help them, guide them along the process, to where when the guidance no longer works, escalate them at the right moment of need so they can get assistance. And along that way, providing them the information from one step to the next so that it goes from their self-service to a VA to eventually a guided person. They know the context of the whole journey and the information, and that can be shared. So come and see the folks at the customer experience booth, because they can demonstrate that all, and they're going to show it to you from a customer's true perspective.
So I want to add to what Kurt said. We definitely have the theme reflected in the demo lounge. So as you walk in, you're going to see AX, BX, CX. He's talking about the CX area. And then all the way at the end is the answer bar that they definitely want you to go visit. So you can start at the answer bar, grab your drink, and walk back from CX through BX to AX. That works fine. At CX, The VA 3.0 that Ashu mentioned is on display, so you'll actually get to see the machine learning piece there. VA guidance escalating up to chat. There's also proactive chat there, all the things you can do with offers. Co-browse is at the CX station. Two themes there, so there's a retail experience and a financial services experience. So make sure you visit both booths when you get to the CX station.
All right. Next slide, another Dilbert. We'll read this one as well. This relates a little bit more to the agent experience, and we see this so very common at companies as well. They're creating requirements for a particular application, and it says, our requirements include 400 features. In other words, do you realize that no human can even work with a product with that level of complexity? And then, the cute Dilbert says, a good point. I better add it's easy to use as well. This is so true of what we see out in the industry. The complexity of the applications that your agents are required to use is just phenomenal. A lot of times the digital transformation team, what we do is we come in and we'll sit right alongside with your agents and we'll look at the desktop they're using and how that enables them to provide a great customer experience and what sort of effort is engaged with that. And what we find is they have many applications that are extremely complex, that are difficult to work with. And one of the prominent problems is what's happening in a lot of your companies is you're taking your legacy applications and you're trying to build on digital components. I got this voice system. It's been there for 20 years. Well, I want to try to craft a chat in there. I want to try to get an email around there. I want to do some SM messaging. And it's all cobbled together. And what it leaves is agents with a hodgepodge of solutions that are very difficult for them to navigate and use. So with the eGain solution, we want to invite you to come to the AX part on the floor. You can see the agent experience. And what you're going to see is a solution that was designed for purpose from the ground up around the digital experience. And when you go over there, compare what you see there and the simplicity of the solution compared to what you're doing in your own organizations, and you'll see that it'll make a big difference in how you can enable your agents to provide the experience that you want. And that is a huge differentiator for yourself in the market.
So the advisor or the agent experience station is a personal favorite of mine because we've been working on the advisor desktop for the last year. You may have seen early versions of it. You probably have used previous versions of the eGain product. I want you to definitely come there because we have two stands within the agent experience, one showing the eGain advisor desktop, one desktop that allows the agent to service all channels without ever leaving that space. And anything that the agent needs while servicing the customer, whether it's a phone call, whether it's chat, whether it's social media messages, anything that that person needs to support them is surfaced almost seamlessly. So definitely go by the advisor desktop, see that. We also have, Ashu mentioned Cisco. I think there are a lot of you from Cisco or using Cisco products. We have the eGain working with Cisco's unified CCE solution also at the agent experience. So call tracking through the Finesse desktop, make sure you go by there and see that as well. If you're interested in eGain being embedded in other desktops, other applications, embedding the eGain desktop and vice versa, we have a station at the BX area. I think Kurt's going to get to it, but I just want to mention it in the context of the agent. The agent desktop is actually extendable, and it can include pieces from third-party systems. So that is at the third BX station in the business experience area.
Cool. Hello, everybody. So here to talk about a little bit about AI. And again, that happens to be the latest buzzword. There's a lot of cool things associated with it. But what really comes to mind is when we think about AI, what comes to mind is the Hollywood version of it, like robotics and all that stuff. But AI has been there for a while. AI actually started in the 50s. And it was a bunch of research projects to kind of see where things evolve. We've been doing AI for a while. Now, if you look at the timeline, like 20 years ago, just to put in perspective how we've evolved over time, IBM did Deep Blue to play chess against Garry Kasparov, who was then the world champion at chess. And that is 20 years ago. it was a research project, of course, a major milestone in AI. But if you compare it to, if you look at in the same time frame, we were doing AI. Like 20 years ago, as Ashu pointed out, we are the oldest company doing the latest stuff, or the now new stuff, but we've been doing it for a while. And to put it in perspective, we took a very pragmatic approach to AI, and how do we apply it and solve real-world business problems, right? So we applied it to improve your AX, BX, CX, and your overall digital customer experience. So again, come stop by our booth. Happy to have a dialogue with you at the Answers Bar, talk more on how we could enable your customer journeys, how can we deliver the proven AI techniques, right? Machine learning is one of them. But we've been doing AI techniques which fall under the category of expert systems, right? Knowledge-based systems, expert systems, enable customer journeys all throughout. So again, this whole pragmatic approach to AI is what enables us to deliver success and an excellent customer experience to your customers, and take the risk out of what now there have been several horror stories, which, could you advance the slide? So if we talk about our chatbots, right? There's been a lot of buzz around chatbots going horribly wrong, right? There was one recent experience where the Facebook bot started speaking gibberish. There was this other one, which I found it very funny, where the Chinese bot developed a personality and started praising the US, and even said, hey, at some point I'd like to visit the US. Right? Chinese didn't like that, took it down, turn it off. So what we are demonstrating in our product over here in our demo lounge is how to avoid some of those pitfalls. How do you navigate, how do you use this technology to your advantage and enable customer journeys which are pleasant, right? So happy to, again, have a conversation how we can help you guys succeed, leverage some of these newer technologies and tools, and demonstrate how it applies to the customer experience world. So again, Manju will talk to you more about.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
So what we've done is, at the agent experience and the customer experience spaces, the guidance, the AI is interwoven into the overall experience. But we do have all the way as you go deep into the demo lounge, almost as you get to the answer bar, a dedicated knowledge and AI station area. There's a little cafe with experts who can show you and dive deeper into the technologies that underlie the sort of almost seamless experience that you see at customer experience and agent experience stations. So I would say go to the AX, BX, CX stations, then make sure you make your way over to the AI station for deeper questions, and the answer bar, the digital transformation team is right across from there, so they can come in as experts and say, how would you do this in your particular circumstance? How would you put it all together? How would you connect those dots in the best way possible to present the best experiences for customers as well as agents? Also, I want to do a little pitch for the connected analytics piece. They're part of the BX area. As you know, analytics overlaying everything. 2 stations showing journey, digital, knowledge, and operational analytics. Definitely stop by. Both stations can show you whatever you want. Everyone's equipped with live systems. So ask all your questions, new features that you want to see, overall solution. Make your way there. I think we have saved a minute and a half. So go grab your coffee, grab your tea, and I will see you in the demo lounge.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Come and join us.